All right, here we are for another episode of Facebook ads training. And what we're going to work on today is the different types of campaigns. So when you go into Ads Manager, you're going to find a couple different options. Let me explain what I mean by that. So when I go to create an ad, let's go to an account that actually works. We're going to have a couple different options once we go to start a new campaign. And there's brand awareness, there's reach, these are clearly awareness campaigns. There's traffic or clicks, engagement, which is we want people to like, comment, share. There's app installs, there's video views, and there is lead generation, and this is what Facebook classifies as consideration. So once they know who we are, this is where they're kind of learning what we do, and we'll talk about actual strategy. And there's conversion, where they either opt in or buy something, they purchase something if you have e-commerce, or they visit your store, which I'm actually not familiar with. Get more. Ooh, wow, interesting. I don't know how it works. We're going to focus on three main ones. So our traffic or clicks based, our engagement or people engaging with our content, and our conversions. And something I want to point out is that all three of these can result in a lead. For example, all three of these can result in an engagement, and all three of these can result in someone clicking on the ad and going to the page that we tell them to. The main difference is that if you take, let's say you take 100 people, and 33% of the people have a high tendency to click on things, 33% of the people have a high tendency to actually give their information for freebies, for sign-ups, stuff like that, and 33% of the audience tends to actively like, comment, and share, then more often than the other two groups of, of that 100 people, then basically Facebook, depending which one you choose, Facebook will optimize your ads to mainly show to that part of the 100 people, if that makes sense. So basically, it helps you out because it puts your thing, your ad, your piece of content in front of the audience that's going to do with that content what data has shown they have a likelihood of doing. So let me show you how this actually plays out in a strategy. So with retarget, if we're talking about a direct offer, let's see, I got a new tool here. Let's see, so we got tool. Okay, so let's say this is an ad. All right, and the goal is a lead. Really bad handwriting. It's actually about what it would look like if I was drawing this in person. So the ad takes them to let's see if I can do some cool stuff here. Box. I want a box. Nope, a box. This takes them, it's my box, to a squeeze page. Okay, what I mean by squeeze page, I mean that they'll enter their name, phone, email. Okay, and then, let's see if I move this. There we go. So from there, we then follow up. Process. Process. Okay. From there, we hopefully result in a sale. Now, this can work. The problem is that the people that see this ad have no idea who we are. Now, if this is the strategy that we're employing, which is definitely a strategy that you would want to use at some point, we will want to do one way you could do it. Here's how I would prioritize the campaign structure. So I'd first do conversions based. Okay, I would test that. If I'm not getting the results I want, then I would do clicks. If that's not doing it, I would do page post engagement, because there's a chance that the people that this displays to may actually end up converting, and this may speak to them so well that they convert to that specific thing. Okay, so the answer is try it all. That's kind of the go-to in marketing. There is no black and white answer. You got to test. All right, so that's a simple example of how this will work. Now, from the ads manager, a few things we could do. Let's say we set up, let's just walk through a traffic or clicks-based campaign. So we'll call this fake clicks campaign. Boom. We'll do, remember, on our left here we have the campaign. Under the campaign there's ad sets. Under each ad set there are as many ads as you want to make. We'll say this is woman 25 to 30. Okay, so what we'll do now, and this is to a cold audience, people who have no idea who we are. Just like the setup, we'll do the same targeting. So we're not going to go deep into targeting here, but I'll just walk through it just so you have an idea. Remember, there's a cold audience. This is not a retargeted audience. Per our example here, this is the cold audience, people that don't know who we are. Right. So edit placements, remember Instagram. I wouldn't spend a lot of money or time there, if any at all. Definitely not audience network. You'll waste money. No instant articles. No right column. All you want is the feeds, and you want ideally mobile only. Now there's one caveat to that. So with mobile only or desktop, with desktop, that's where people tend to purchase things. So if you are, let's say your first campaign before this campaign was an awareness campaign where you did testimonial videos, where you did other great informational content, and then you put this campaign in front of that audience, then you would want to do this campaign to desktop. Now, can you starting from the bat? Remember, this is in this initial example is if these people have no idea who we are and we're just putting out like buy this, it's only like $50, $100, and come try us out. So you can put that out to mobile and desktop. It's just recommended that they're probably going to be more likely to buy if it's just on desktop. But you know, if you're in a small market or if you're local, it may make sense for you to do both. I tend to, because I'm not international or national, right? So, ooh, what happened here? Go away for a second, everything came back on. So I'll take these off. Boom. So all I want is mobile only. Okay. Set your budget, at least $5 a day for your ad set. If you're on a bigger budget, like $40, $50, $60 a day or more, I might even do $10 a day. But Facebook actually likes when you test small, because Facebook will let you spend, let's say I wanted to budget $50 an ad set. Facebook will happily let me do that from the start, but it will probably not give me the maximum reach that it would had I scaled this up. The reason why, Facebook actually has more than enough people that want to buy advertising, so that's not their problem. Their number one priority is customer experience. So customers are the consumers, not us as advertisers. So Facebook will actually slow down. It will increase your cost to reach people and slow down your campaign reach, because your campaign is unproven. Now, if you start small, like $5, $10 a day per ad set, and then it gets traction and people engage, they click, they convert, whatever the goal is, that Facebook says, wow, that guy is really connecting with his audience. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease his cost to do the same exact thing. At that point, you steadily scale the campaign. So every 2 to 3 days, you would go up by about 50%. So this $5 a day budget might go to $7.50 or $10, and then that $10 budget might go to $15 to $20, and then that $15 campaign might go $25 to $30. So you would just steadily increase, and you would only want to do that with the campaigns that are performing. And that doesn't matter what the objective is. That's just a good rule of thumb in optimization. So this is ready to roll. Okay, leave everything else, continue. And just like we demonstrated in the standard ads management campaign, whatever you choose, a video, image, a number of images, all these are just different formats. It's the same, we're talking about structure right now. So I would just set everything up like I would with my other campaign. Boom. This isn't going to work, but just walking through it with you. Okay, my URL, my headline, my description. You get the idea. And always, 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 doesn't matter on the campaign type, just make sure you're tracking. And I would place this at this point. Continue. Cool. So that's up and running. Okay. Now, page post engagement is basically going to be the same exact thing. You can optimize for these two. Remember, the difference is going to be A, what you want the outcome to be, and B, who it puts it in front of. If you got that 100 people and 33% of them tend to engage, out of those 33 people that do engage, what do? Do they share? Do they comment? Or do they like or event responses? I'm not very familiar with that one. All right, so similar structure. So you would just set this up the same way. Boom. And then you would go into the actual ad. Now here's the difference. We'll go more into creating pages, page posts later. But yeah, so this, and also the formatting sometimes is a little bit different. Like if you look at this one, there's actually less options here, because the purpose of this is not to get conversions or to get clicks as much as it is people to engage. So you might put like a cute puppy video up, and then you know, have that image be something that speaks to your audience, and you can't explicitly say to like it, but if you type up something that speaks to them, they're probably going to be more than likely to like it. So that kind of shows you it's just a little bit of a different structure. Like there's no description here at the bottom, there's no headline, right? So you'll see more about that in Power Editor. All right, but that gives you an idea as far as clicks and page post engagements versus conversions. So the difference is slightly in how they're structured, but also who they put them in front of. So keep missing my whiteboard here. Let's see if I can just delete all this. Here we go. All right, so that wraps it up for the difference between page post, conversions, and clicks.